We're just waiting for viewers. We have two. But I can't see the viewers. I'm not sure if this is normal. Still waiting. Hey! I got a comment. I don't know if I would start or not yet. But anyway, guys, welcome to my very first YouTube live stream. And today's my off. It's a Friday afternoon here in the United Arab Emirates. So I figured this is the best time for me to do this because I have been in a limbo this week. So basically, I just cannot find the best time for me to like shoot for another video and then do some editing because I have a lot on my plate. I wanted to discuss a lot of things with what's going on this week. I know there's a lot of important topics with what's going on in my home country and also what's going on in Dubai. So yeah, I'm expecting a lot of questions because as a YouTube beginner, I do not have so much audience yet. So basically, I just gather questions like honest opinions from across all my social media accounts and also some of my closest friends. Like what I do is I normally ask them whenever there's a premiere of my new video, I make sure that they are giving me like brutal or honest opinion about what they feel about it and what else do they want me to do when it comes to my platform and also other important topics that they want me to maybe react to or maybe do some reviews you know and by the way, there has been some comments about the way I talk is like more of an I would say like an accent that sometimes they don't get because the reason why I'm doing this is I am aware that um, my audience is worldwide, even if just like hundreds, a couple of hundreds. Um, Looking at the algorithm of my account, I noticed that not all of my followers are from my home country. As much as I want to like spread, whatever what I'm fighting for to my friends and family members in the Philippines, I noticed that I have been getting so much attention outside of my home country, like for example, Dubai or United States. And some of my friends are telling me that I speak a lot of English, and sometimes they don't really like. I mean, they get it, but sometimes they want like the actual me, like the way I speak, like in front of them. That's something that they want to see on my channel, and it's a little bit challenging because I have been uploading some Filipino vlogs as well, and sadly I am also getting comments about how they wish that I speak English for a little bit throughout the entire vlog or whatever. And sometimes I also want to like listen to that because my majority of my audience are English speakers, so that's something that I cannot deny. I also need to address that. You know, you guys have no idea how difficult it is to start a YouTube channel, especially if you are working and having like a crazy busy career, and it takes a lot of guts and confidence and time and effort and everything, a lot of work that you have to put into when you are um, what you call it when you are starting a YouTube channel. Wait, I don't know if the audio is working or whatever. Oh, there. I don't know if the audio is working. There. Can you guys hear me? I don't know because I have a lapel mic on, but I chose the internal mic and I don't know how to change that. Mm, I have no idea. So basically, just to give you guys a feedback or like shenanigans maybe of like when I like do YouTube or when I shoot YouTube videos is that basically um, when you are starting your channel, you have to think about many things, you know, that you have to be the director, you have to be, you know, you have to set up the lighting, you have to have a nice background. Like right now, I didn't really prepare for my background. And you have to be the editor or you have to be the music director or whatever you call it, you know. So it's gonna be a lot of work, and I do that because that makes me happy, you know. I wanted to address a lot of things, you know, in my life, and also to be able to help other people who are like on the same boat or maybe planning to be, you know, in the boat that I'm on, you know. um, because I'm the person who loves YouTube, you know, regardless of any circumstances. I always wanna like go on YouTube and like watch whatever it is that makes me entertained. So, you know, sometimes if I don't really get what I want, you know, after browsing all these YouTubers, then I would normally think about making them instead, making it into reality, because I feel like whenever I want to address something, I'm helping a lot. I'm helping people, you know. And, you know, like being able to address that with other people makes you realize that there are still a lot of people who can relate to your situation. And that makes me like overwhelmed and happy internally, and it motivates me to do more videos, you know. I know my channel is, you know, is small and humble, you know. I'm not gonna lie, you know, it's like I don't really have a lot of time, you know, and I do it as much as possible on a weekly basis. I don't know, maybe tomorrow I may upload a new video, but you know, who knows. I do have some like topics ready actually, and normally I don't write scripts. You know, I just like create like for example top 10 list, and I just I, I just practice those lists. Like for example, like I have like 10 topics to discuss. You know, so what I have in mind, I just spit it out. You know, I don't really have a script because it. I've tried it like for like one or two videos that I used to have, and it looks like I'm literally reading, you know, what is in front of me, and it doesn't sound natural, I would say, you know. And like if I'm normally like I feel like I'm mental block or I'm stuck with the script because, you know, I just have to be really like focused on the verbatim of what I have to say, something like that. But if I don't have a script, you know, I just have some topics to discuss, then I feel like I'm so much free, you know, I can just speak my mind and, you know, whatsoever. So, you know, that makes me, you know, more of I have that liberty to just speak my mind, you know. So right now, I'm also pretty much sensitive with the topic that I'm trying to, you know, express or I'm trying to, you know, discuss, because, you know, it has to be timely and relevant, of course. Of course, I cannot discuss so much about tourism or having, you know, like going out, you know, traveling, because nowadays there's still a lot of restrictions, you know, and a lot of people are actually like financially like unstable because of the pandemic. So basically you have to be, you know, a lot sensitive about, you know, what is going on in the outside world, you know, because right now I'm going on public. So even if I have like less than 10 people watching me right now, you know, you never know, like time will come that, you know, you're going to be, you know, on a certain level that you cannot like take back whatever you said, you know. So I'm trying to be very much sensitive with what I'm talking about, you know. Like, I'm not here to bash, I'm not here for some negativities, I'm here for reality, and I'm here for, inspiring, so many like young people who are dreaming, of like, touring the world, or even like experiencing what they have not experienced, like before, when I was, in the Philippines, I never thought that, I would be in the situation where I'm at right now, and even those countries that I've never heard before, I've never would have imagined that I would be able to go there. And trust me, guys, it is so different. For example, I never heard of the country Armenia before. I didn't hear about some conflicts and some issues that they have there in their country. But when I got there, you can really feel when you do your own research before arriving there, you can really feel that it's like really legit, like it's really happening. So honestly, I don't really what you call organize my thoughts. I'm just like speaking out my mind right now. So yeah, I hope you guys are having a great weekend, and I hope you guys are like being extra careful when it comes to like keep wearing your mask when you are outside, and also reminding yourself that when you are extra careful with your health, then you're also not doing this for yourself, but you are doing this for everybody. Everybody who is like in this situation as well, and having that thinking that we can get over this by cooperating and just following the rules of your country, your home country. you know so yeah. What else do I want to tell you guys? um by the way, I saw vlogs about some countries who can like travel to Dubai these days. They just have to undergo some COVID testing at the airport, which is a good news for those Indians, our Indian friends who wants to travel back to the United Arab Emirates. And I think United States is still having issues going to Europe. I can imagine those who haven't seen their loved one for years, and finally they're making their way to travel back, and they are still banned to travel. That kind of sucks, but we just have to be more patient with this. Mm, okay, I want to discuss about working from home, because actually my boss called me the other day asking me if I'm ready to go back to work, you know. And for me, I think I'm ready. The only issue that I have is, I'm going to be wearing a mask the whole time, which is unhealthy for your breathing. But other than that, I have no issue going back to work. I think, it will be beneficial for me because, just some like work related issue that I have, which I cannot discuss with you right now. But for me, I've enjoyed working from home a lot, and this is something that I cannot forget for the rest of my life, because I've never tried this one or experienced this throughout my career. You know, Working from home made me realize a lot of things. I've had so many times wherein, I have some downsides as well, but overall, like, I've had a lot of realization and spend more time with realizing things this year and what matters most, and I began to prioritize a lot of important things, and made me realize how important my career or my work is, you know, because like there's no way for you to like imagine that this is going to be happening, like at some point of our life, but it's indeed, happening now that we are like stuck at home doing exact the same routine like at work. So yeah, and I've celebrated my birthday virtually actually, so that's something that's so different as well, like receiving greetings from friends through video chat or whatever. you know it's still a nice celebration. I'm still very thankful. um what else? I have two of my relatives who like passed away last month. That's terrible to experience, of course. And one of the issues there is that like the visitors are very much limited. You cannot um like accept a lot of visitors because people are like some local officials might be suspicious about any gatherings locally within your community. So that's also a huge challenge, you know. Um, and what are the changes? Oh, okay. They like at my work, they moved me to a new team, you know, so it's also such a huge challenge for me being able to work with new people which you've never met before and having some sort of a lot of conversations, you know, because when you move to a new team and doing new tasks, you can get really confused like on a daily basis. But, you know, these days, what's important is you still have a job, you still get, you know, you still make money, you know, there's no, what you call it, this isn't the best time for you to like, you know, complain so much about, you know, your situation, you know, because a lot of people are losing their job or even, you know, like moving to another country because, you know, things didn't work out because of the pandemic. So a lot of things to be thankful for instead of complaining, you know. um what else? Oh, Ramadan here is, you know, is also very different, and of course Ramadan can be challenging every year, and every year it's so different, you know. Circumstances were changing, you know, but I was able to make it, you know. And there is, you know, discipline is very much tested these days because of this pandemic, you know. And one of the things that I'm very much thankful for is I was able to travel to Europe before the pandemic started or before the lockdown started, you know, because I can imagine having the visa approved and not being able to travel, you know, it will be so frustrating, and it's really going to kill you inside because, you know, you really want to travel, you know, and you cannot, and it's something you cannot control because, you know, you have work to do, and, you know, even if you really want to travel, you can't, you know, and it's not really like decided by a single person, it is decided by many, you know. So yeah. So today actually I like watched or replayed a lot of videos that, you know, there are those videos that you didn't really want to upload, you know, you just want to like revisit and be happy about it and laugh about it, you know. So that's what I did today morning. I have revisited some of the videos that, you know, I have shot but I didn't want to upload, and it was a lot of fun. I have shot with my friends in Dubai, and, you know, went to some coffee shops, and, you know, I just miss that, you know, going out with your friends and, you know, like laugh so hard about jokes and, you know, being able to mingle and see a lot of people around, you know, because in Dubai, it's the place for recreation, I can say. You can, you know, visit a lot of places that, you know, you can socialize and you can see different nationalities, you know. If you guys are from Dubai, you guys know what I'm saying, you know. um yeah. Right now, I mean, there were times that I really want to go back to my home country for a vacation, mainly for the reason that I really miss them. And then when you are at home, you are just focused on like four corners of your room, you know. You don't really get to see like a lot of people on a daily basis. Good thing I have two windows in front of me, so I can just, you know, sneak in, you know, or just I can just take a glance of what's going on outside, you know. But you know, sometimes I just can't uh, control myself. But sometimes I, you know, usually want to go out, and like even like for example, it's funny because like usually I go to groceries like once a week, and that happens on weekends because of some offers, and, you know, so, you know, like hitting two birds at one stone, you know. But these days I usually just divide it so that, you know, I can have two sun exposures, you know, like in a week. You know, I sometimes do it on a weekday, and another day will be on Friday or Saturday, you know, because here in Dubai the weekend starts at Friday and Saturday, and it ends at or on Sunday. So Sunday is a working day or a business day here. So yeah, Thursday night, which was last night, you know, was like Friday night in other countries, you know. So to those people who are what you call, who are planning to travel or who are planning to migrate or waiting for like the visa centers to reopen and wanted to apply, just hold on, guys. Just hold your horses because it's still not the end of the world. What is important is we are alive, and we're with our loved ones, and we have a job and we have money. Just use this time for other like productive things and save money for your future, and you know just buy whatever it is that's important to you, and keep yourself entertained and stay healthy, guys. Don't go out if it's not necessary, and then just keep yourself entertained. Like, I wish I have a piece of, like, I would say, front yard, so I can just plant even like onions, or some cactus or whatever. I wish I have that here in the place where I'm staying, but I don't. I just have like a small piece of cactus, but other than that, I don't really have, any way to plant. So what I do is I just watch some vlogs. To be honest, guys, I love vlogs of like genuine people. Like, I don't care about the language. I mean, Filipino language, that's all right for me. And oh, I'm receiving some direct messages. Yeah, I'd like to support like YouTubers who are just starting up like me. And I like, guys, we are on the same boat. And I like to like share with them my best practices, and be able to connect with them with what they're experiencing. For some reason, I'm not eligible for mobile live streaming yet, so I'm using my laptop, and I'm using a MacBook, guys, and the camera is so bad. You probably can see that on the registry of this camera, or the registration of the camera. But anyway, guys, going back, those people who really wants to travel and they cannot, again, just save money, guys. And do not resign from your work, because one of the things that the consul is looking at is if you are connected to your company for the longest time, because it's one of the, I would say, the strongest criteria for you to get approved for a tourist visa is to work with your company for the longest time, because it's like a strong ties that you're not going to leave your country, or you're not going to leave your company. Like, they would think that, oh, he loves this employer, he loves his job, so he's not gonna like overstay in this country, because he's been working there for years, so he values his tenure or something like that. And that's one of the things that people are like, they overlook at that. They would think that, oh, my employment history does not matter. No, it matters, guys. And that plays a huge part on your application. And also do some savings, because do not think that they don't look at your financial history as well. They would think that there's money coming in, or that you are using that account. It's not really so much about how much do you have left, but also they're also looking at the activity that's going on in your bank account. So just do a lot of savings, guys. I know we've been saving a lot when it comes to transportation. Like, we don't pay so much of transportation because you know um, we don't go out that often. So take it as an advantage that you don't go out a lot of times. What else I would say? Yeah, just stay healthy, guys. That's more important, guys. Like, health is wealth. No matter what happens, you don't want to end up getting the infection and you're not ready for that. Because in some countries they don't even do the testing, even if clearly you have symptoms. I have watched, if you guys know the YouTuber named Nikki Tutorials. She's a makeup artist, and she addressed on one of her YouTube videos that her mother experienced the COVID symptoms, but in Holland they don't do the testing easily. You really have to fight for that, and that didn't really happen. So and everybody knows, even the doctor confirmed that, yeah, she is like showing some symptoms of COVID-19, but as per country rules, they cannot really test it. So this is something that my people needs to understand. I'm talking about the Filipino people. This is something that my people should understand, that in other countries as well, even if they're very much well established, having a COVID test is not really that accessible for them. Like here in this country, in Dubai, um, my cousin, he works here as well, and his company is requiring him to do a test because he works in food and beverage industry, and for some reason it's not going to be free, so you really have to pay for that, and it's a lot expensive here. I think it cost, or it's going to cost you around like 370 or 400 dirhams. So just imagine that, guys. you know in some established countries, like, we are expecting that, um it's a lot easier here, it's more comfortable to do that. No, it's not always the scenario. So we just have to be very careful, as our president say. We cannot be like United States or Singapore, because these rich countries, it's so easy for them to like isolate you, or like provide you the means, whatever happens. But for us, we don't have a budget on that. So that's something that people have to realize, in this crisis. So yeah, so just entertain yourself, guys, while waiting and while dealing with this crisis. Like for me, I cannot complain so much about my work, as you guys, know that I'm working from home, and it's kind of tough sometimes because, it can reach until 10 p.m. and I'm still working, but I have no choice. So sometimes I just have to entertain myself and be happy, just to forget that stress for a little bit. So it's really up to you guys on how you can get entertained. And like I said, if I am in the Philippines with my loved ones, things may be a lot different. But you know, for me right now, I have no choice. I'm here. I'm all by myself. And for those people who are in the same boat, like, you guys are alone, and you have no one to talk to. Just get yourself entertained, guys, and we're gonna get through this. All right. So I want to thank you guys so much for joining me on this Facebook or YouTube live stream. This is obviously live, so it's unedited. So you guys see how I really talk, and obviously I'm not really good at organizing my thoughts. And I hope you guys like this live stream. I may do it, I may not, because I feel a little bit uncomfortable, which is a lot different than, like shooting and be able to like, I would say, have that confidence that, oh, whatever I say, I'm just gonna cut it out if I don't like it during post production. But in this case, it's not gonna be, the situation. But I know, guys, that I'm very real with you right now, and I hope you guys get my message, and I hope you guys will continue to support me with, you know, what I'm going through right now with the phase of, like developing my YouTube channel. And I cannot thank you guys enough with the support and with the honest opinion. I'm not taking anything negatively with what you guys say. Instead, I am like taking it constructively, and I am very happy with all of your feedback, guys. And I am aware of, what are the improvements that I need to do, and what are the changes that I have to, think about. You know, I'm very much aware of that. And you watching my video is such a good thing and such a huge, part of my YouTube, beginner career, I would say. So I want to thank you guys so much, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. And yeah, just continue to be inspired, guys, and get entertained, and we're gonna get through this, guys. So until my next live stream video, I hope you guys are having a great weekend. And yeah, bye.